Hello, friends, and welcome to Grandma Sunshine's Healing Garden. I am Grandma Sunshine, and today I thought I would hop on here and help you learn how to make fire cider. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to taking classes with me on learning how to make fire cider, and either you haven't been available when I have, or I haven't been available when you have. So I thought I would jump on here today and put together a video so that you could watch the video and make the fire cider on your own at home. Obviously, you can ask questions in the chat or message me if you have further questions regarding this, but wanted to get this video out so that you could at least have a baseline for making your fire cider. Just a little history on fire cider. No one can truly claim fire cider. The version we know today was popularized in the 1970s by herbalist Rosemary Gladstar, who encouraged students to embrace its fiery magic and make their own. But the roots of vinegar tonics run far deeper. Farmers, foragers, and healers have infused vinegar with herbs and roots and spices for centuries to help their families stay strong through the cold months. Fire cider is part food, part folk medicine, and part seasonal celebration. It's the kind of kitchen ritual that reminds us caring for ourselves does not have to be complicated. It can start with a cutting board, a few humble ingredients, and a little patience. So think of fire cider like a tapestry. Each ingredient you add is a thread contributing to its own color, strength, and story. We have some fiery foundations, which are going to be the garlic, onion, horseradish, and ginger. We have bright and lively additions like lemon and oranges and turmeric and jalapeno peppers. And then we have sweet touches and finishing notes like honey, fresh herbs. There's no strict formula. That's the whole beauty of it. You can put in your fire cider whatever you would like, whatever you have. You can try different things. The one thing that I strongly recommend is writing down everything you put in it and how much you put in it, so that when you do go ahead and strain it in 4 to 6 weeks and you say, "Oh, I love that," or "Oh, I wish it had more of that," or "I wish it had less of that," you can go to your recipe and you can adjust it for the next one that you make. So write down everything that you put in there and the amount that you put in your fire cider. But you can put lots of things in there, from lemongrass to peppercorns to cranberries. You can put apples. There's just, the possibilities are endless. My base recipe is oranges, lemons, jalapenos, onions, cayenne pepper, horseradish, ginger, garlic, and rosemary. So that is my base fire cider recipe. If I wanna change it up a little bit, I might add cranberries. I might add lemongrass. I might add any thyme, sage. So any other of the herbs. So to make your fire cider, you're gonna chop your ingredients. You're gonna put them in the jar. You're going to pour the apple cider vinegar over your ingredients. You're going to seal it, and then you're going to tuck it away in a cool, dark place and shake it. Let it infuse for 4 to 6 weeks. Shake it every day or every time you think about it. I'm going to have you start with a 2-quart jar. I want to just make sure that you know that we are not going to have this metal lid on there. If you have a plastic lid, that is best. Because the apple cider vinegar will corrode this a little bit. Oh, if you don't have a plastic lid to replace that metal lid with, you can put wax paper or something in between your metal lid and your jar to protect that. So we're going to get started with the ingredients. For this 2-quart jar, I'm going to have you use, excuse me, I'm going to have you use 1 orange. Let's go with a full lemon. You could do a half a lemon or a full lemon. Today we're going to put in 3 jalapeno peppers. Sometimes I'll do 2, sometimes I'll do 3. I have these 2 small onions here, so we're going to put both of them in. You could put half of a really big onion in. So just like about this much onion is what you want. I am going to use this whole bunch of rosemary. I like mine to be nice and rosemary-y. I have 5 cloves of garlic here. I have this much ginger, and we're not going to peel that. We're just going to chop it up, so you don't need to worry about being fancy with peeling it and getting it all pretty, I guess. We're just going to chop it up. Then I have some horseradish and some cayenne pepper. So one thing is, a lot of people will put turmeric in their fire cider. There was no fresh turmeric at the market today, and so I do not have turmeric that I'm going to put in. I'm just going to use the ginger and the garlic and rosemary. So let's get started chopping and putting our ingredients in the jar. And there you have it, fire cider. So it's that easy. As you could see while I was making it, you don't have to worry about dicing or chopping to a certain size or anything like that. It's all getting mixed up in here. You're going to keep on shaking it throughout the 4 to 6 weeks, so it is going to get all mixed up. Another thing, if you can't find fresh horseradish, you can use some substitutes. Now, I personally, excuse me, I have this fresh ground horseradish, and the ingredients in this horseradish are horseradish, distilled vinegar, water, and salt. And so I don't feel like any of those will, there's no preservatives or any oils or anything in there. So look at the label if you do need to buy ground horseradish to put in your fire cider, just to make sure it doesn't have a lot of other things in it. And also I do use ground cayenne pepper. I use about 1/4 of a teaspoon. So I don't like mine super hot, so I will just use about 1/4 of a teaspoon in here. I did put more jalapenos in today than I do sometimes, so that just depends on your preference. I would say start out with 1 to 3, and again, write down all of your ingredients that you're putting in and how much, so that in 4 to 6 weeks, when you strain it, you know that flavor profile. Does it need more heat? Does it need less heat? What kind of flavor profile do you like? And so write down your ingredients. And then the most important part is to label it. So you're going to put a label on the top of the jar. Well, that's what I usually do. I write down fire cider, and then I will write today's date. And then I will know in 4 to 6 weeks from now that it is good to strain. Now, when I strain it, I'm going to strain it through a strainer and put a cheesecloth on there, run it through that. I'm going to squeeze out all of the contents of this and squeeze, 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 get all of the goodness out into it. And then I'm going to put some honey in it. Now, honey in fire cider is also to taste, so it's personal preference. I've tried different amounts. I've tried more, I've tried less. People tend to like my fire cider blend, and so I would put probably maybe a cup of honey to 4 cups of, a cup of honey to 4 cups of fire cider is about what my measurement is. So depending on how much you get out, so you strain it and then measure your honey, put the honey in, stir it up real good, and then you have your fire cider. It is, it's stable. I like to put mine in the refrigerator after it's strained. So while it's cooking, as I say, it will sit in a dark, cool place. I usually just put it on the floor in the pantry, and I will go in every day and shake it. Okay, not every day, Some days I forget, okay? Some days you're gonna forget. It's fine. It's fine. But the first few days, you're gonna wanna, open it, because those, the contents in there are going to soak up some of that apple cider vinegar. So you're probably gonna need to need to add a little bit more vinegar in there the first week or so. So go ahead and take your lid off and check it. Again, don't put a metal lid on here unless you have a barrier in between the metal lid and the vinegar. And did I forget anything? Let me know if you have questions, if you have comments. You can put them in below. Please be sure to like this video so other people know that it's here. Make sure to subscribe to my page. That also helps the algorithm so that other people know about these videos. And with that, I wish you a very happy and healthy winter season. Goodbye for now.